welcome back to another episode of Ali and Mates. This podcast is all about learning cool stuff about this wonderful world God created and about his awesome people too.
Here we go. Fun fact of the week.
Have you ever heard the word hibernate?
Is it a really long nap?
Not quite. Hibernation is actually a really clever way some animals stay alive during winter. When it gets super cold and there's not much food around, animals have two choices. They either migrate, which means they move somewhere warmer where there's more food available, or they hibernate, which means they stay put, but they slow down to save energy.
Like freeze mode.
Yeah, their heartbeats actually slow down. And they barely move, they don't go out into the cold, and they don't eat much. It's like a sleepy power saver mode until it gets warmer when spring returns. And guess what? Different animals hibernate in different ways. For example, some snakes, they cuddle up in big groups. Can you imagine that? Hundreds of them staying warm together. Water turtles, they bury themselves in the mud at the bottom of ponds. Snails, they seal their shells with a gooey mucus to keep out the cold and unwanted guests trying to snuggle up in their shell. And also bats, for example, they hang upside down and they can sleep for up to 6 months, which is half a year.
I wish I could hibernate when it's soup night. Sayings explained.
Welcome to Sayings Explained, where we take funny sounding things grown-ups say and we figure out what they really mean. Today's saying is,
don't count your chickens before they hatch.
Don't count your chickens before they hatch. This saying is all about not getting too excited about something before it actually happens.
Huh?
Okay, so imagine that you have a basket of eggs and you're hoping that all these eggs will hatch into baby chickens, but not all of them might. So if you count them early before they hatch, you might be disappointed. It's a reminder to wait until something is for sure before making any big plans.
Like if we're winning a game and I start showing we already won, but then the other team score at the last second.
Exactly. Don't count your chickens before they hatch.
Mystery sound. Can you guess the mystery sound?
All right, time for our mystery sound. Listen closely and see if you can guess what this sound is. I'm sure you've heard that sound before. You usually hear this sound when it's time for a birthday cake. If you guessed striking a match, you got it. Well done.
Stories from the Bible.
Today's story is about a man who couldn't walk, but Jesus helped him in an amazing way. One day, some friends brought their paralyzed friend to see Jesus. Now, this man was not able to walk. There was a big crowd around Jesus, and the house he was in was so full that the friends couldn't get the man inside. So they climbed up on the roof of the house, they made a hole in the roof, and carefully lowered their friend down right in front of Jesus. Now, Jesus had great compassion, and he first met the man's greatest need, which was forgiveness for his sins.
But did Jesus help him walk too?
He sure did. After he'd forgiven his sins, Jesus told the man, "Get up, take your mat, and go home." And guess what? The man stood up. He grabbed his mat and he walked. Everyone was amazed. It's so great to have friends who encourage you to be with Jesus. In your life, there will be times where you might feel like you're the one being lowered through the roof to Jesus, and sometimes you'll be the one doing the lowering, helping a friend find Jesus.
Kids Corner!
Okay, welcome to Kids Corner, where we share jokes from our listeners. And today we have a joke from...
Hello, my name is Noah, and I'm 4.5, and here's my joke. What happened when you tell an egg a joke, it cracks up.
Thank you so much, Noah. That's a great one. Thank you for sending it in. And if you want your joke on the show, just ask an adult to read the show notes.
A, B, C, 1, 2, 3.
Today's letter is D. D. Can you think of any words that start with D? I thought of dance, donut, drum, dinosaur, and dog. I used to have a dog called Jasper, and someone told me that dogs dream when they sleep, just like us. So if you see your dog twitching or making little woof sounds while napping, they're probably dreaming. Maybe they're chasing a ball or dreaming about having cuddles with their favorite person.
Time for some nice news.
Let's wrap up with some nice news. The mountain pygmy-possum is a teeny tiny marsupial that lives in Australia's snowy mountains. They're so small they can fit in the palm of your hand. But they were having a very tough time finding their favorite snack, the bogong moth, because drought and fires made food really difficult to find. So, what did some amazing school kids do? They made bogong biscuits, little treats to help feed the possums. Now, thanks to those kids, the number of mountain pygmy-possums has bounced back to nearly 1,000. It just shows, no matter how small you are, you can make a huge difference. Before I say goodbye, let's check how well you've been listening. Question number 1. What is it called when animals slow down to save energy during winter? Hibernation. Good job. Question number 2. In the Bible story, how did the man that was paralyzed get to Jesus? His friends lowered him through a hole in the roof. Good job. All right, question number 3. What tiny animal was helped by kids making special biscuits? The mountain pygmy-possum. Great job, everyone. Good listening. Now that's a wrap on today's episode of Allie and Mates. Until next time, have fun, stay curious, and always be kind. Bye for now.
Let's go, Chico. Bye. I miss you. Na, na, na.